So you're looking to start a YouTube channel. Well, I'm Professor Walters here, and I've run a number of channels over the years. I want to give you a few words of advice before you start your channel so you have a better chance for success. And I think the first thing you really have to think about is decide on what niche you want your channel to be about. Is it going to be about travel? Is it going to be about education? Is it going to be about your favorite doilies that you collect? I mean, literally, you can make videos about anything. But the key thing is you have to have a niche that you focus on, because YouTube does not like random. YouTube likes people that can be easily put into a box. Someone that, oh, you're a toy review channel. We're going to give you the people that want to have toy review channels. You're a travel channel. We're going to show it to people that are going to go travel and are searching for travel advice. They like that. And you also need to think about that. But I know a lot of times when you're thinking about starting a channel, you're like, oh, I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about, so I'll just talk about anything. When you're doing YouTube, YouTube is not a podcast. This is not a thing where you just talk and whatever the topic is, that can work. No, YouTube really wants more focused content. So you really got to think about, what is your niche going to be? And the thing is, you might already have a niche. Maybe you have a blog you've been working on and you're just going to translate your blog into a YouTube channel. Fantastic. If you have a blog on, the best foods in Budapest and these kind of things, yes, easily can transition that niche into a video series. It works very well. But the thing is, you really have to niche down. You want to be a little bit more specific, because if you're too broad, then YouTube isn't really sure who they should share you with. So if you're thinking, I want to do a travel channel, well, maybe focus more. Oh, it's a family travel channel. Oh, I want to do a travel channel. Oh, I want to do adventure tourism with a lot of action. Okay, that's a different kind of niche. If you're thinking about doing a toy channel is one thing, but I'm going to focus on vintage G.I. Joe toys from the 80s, like these kind of things. Or instead of being cards, you're thinking, oh, we're going to focus just on Pokemon cards. That's going to be a lot more helpful, much better of a niche, easier for YouTube to share than if you just have, oh, we talk about Pokemon in general. We talk about toys in general. So it's good to niche down and have that focus there. And when you're thinking about that niche, also you want to be careful you don't get too niche down, because you want to have enough topics, enough things to talk about that you can actually make multiple videos, lots of videos over the long term. And also, when you're focusing on that niche, I will recommend choose a niche that you actually enjoy, because if you try to do a channel and you try to do topics about things that aren't really important to you, after a while you get bored of it, and it takes a long time to get monetized, to make money, to get a following. And so if it's something you don't like doing, it's already putting it in a negative light, that niche isn't going to survive for you personally. So find a niche you like, and then kind of drill down into it to find a really kind of specialized niche that you can really focus on. Now, the second thing I want you to do is come up with a channel name. Now, here's the great thing about YouTube. You can change your channel name later if you want to. It's okay. But what I recommend you do is try to find a channel name that you can get the Walters World, at Professor Walters, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. So then if you get popular and it starts working out, you can use it on all the platforms, and you don't have to switch. Oh, find me at this hashtag here or this thing here. It's easier to just have one. And when you're thinking about the name, make sure you give the name something that relates to what you talk about. So like for me, my channels, I have Walters World, which is our travel channel. So the world goes to the travel. We have Professor Walters here, where I do education, right? I have Yo Joe Reviews for talking about G.I. Joe toys. The name in there is going to make it easy for people to know what your channel's about, because they're going to see your first video and go, oh, maybe that video is actually kind of nice. But what other content do they make? And if it just is Mark Walters, like, oh, this is a guy talking about his life, I don't know if I want that. But if it's, oh, Professor Walters, oh, I like this education material, I want to watch more so I can learn how to start my own YouTube channel. I can learn how to do marketing stuff. That's going to be more helpful. So kind of think about that when you're looking up those names. And you may already have one, because if you're coming from your blog, just use your blog name on there. That's going to be a good way to kind of transition, let your fans that you already have know that this is your YouTube channel for your blog. Now you've got your niche, you got your channel name. The next thing I want you to do is find your voice. Look, if you want a Big Mac, where do you go? You go to McDonald's. You want a Whopper? You go to Burger King. Well, if somebody wants a Mr. Beast video, they're going to go watch a Mr. Beast video. They're not going to watch your video. If they want to watch a, Walters World travel video, they're going to watch a Walters World travel video. They're not going to watch yours. So one of the things I want to tell you is find your own voice in there. Find what makes you special. How can you make it different? Because people have already watching other channels that create content, and if you're making the same thing again, it's very difficult to be successful there. That's why most restaurants, they might have a double cheeseburger, but they don't call it a Big Mac 2. They'll call it the Big King XL or something like that. And it maybe doesn't do as well, because if you want a Big Mac, you go to McDonald's. So make sure you find your own kind of voice in whatever you talk about. So like for me, in my travel channel, I focus on travel education. Okay, that's my niche in there. When it comes to, online education, it's about working with real people with real day jobs that want to do YouTube as a side job, not as a full-time gig. I don't recommend sewing everything and seeing the world, because insurance and pensions and retirement and kids going to soccer practice are kind of important. So I have those niches. So think about what your niche is going to be, but how you can have your voice for that niche. Now, I know I said have your own voice, but I want to tell you, when you're figuring out your niche, you're going to be doing research. You're going to be watching videos of other creators. So one thing I want you to tell you to do is make sure you learn from those creators. Watch them, see what you like what they do, see what you don't like that they do. Maybe it's their editing style, maybe it's their boring voice or their exciting voice, or maybe they're over the top, maybe there's too much movement kind of stuff, right? So look and see and learn from that, and take that and use that to improve your content so you can have your own thing, but you can actually learn from other people. So remember that. And that's why our next tip that I have for you when you're starting a YouTube channel is use the free advice. There are so many helpful YouTube channels out there that will help you make a YouTube channel, whether mine, Nick Nim, and I love him, Ed in the film booth is fantastic, vidIQ, D Nimmin, there's so many guys, Roberto Blake, Daniel Patel. There's so many great channels that give you free stuff. You don't have to buy $100 class to learn how to do these things. There's a lot of stuff that's already online. Now, there are some decent classes out there, but a lot of the beginner stuff, it's already there. So go watch those videos, learn how to make thumbnails, learn how to edit, learn how to come up with strategies. That's going to be much more helpful for you when you're trying to develop your channel. So take advantage of those out there, because there's so much great help for free. Next up, I want to tell you this. Make sure you look at, if you've got a blog, you look at your analytics. What did your blog do well at, right? So that can help you give an idea what your audience wants. But also look up Google Trends, the topic, the niche you're going to go for. Look on and see what are trending topics about that topic, and make content about that. That's going to give you some ideas, but also give you an idea of where to go with it, because you can learn so much from the analytics that are there. And if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they all give you analytics, so you can use that to help you kind of learn what works and what doesn't work, and learn from that and grow, okay? But also when you're starting out, it can give you ideas for content, all right? And then the last word of advice for you when you're going to start a YouTube channel is make a YouTube video. So many people, what they do is they're like, oh, I'll make the video when I have it perfect, or I'll only post it when I have a perfect video. Look, your first video, I say this all the time, it's going to suck. That's okay. You learn from that first video, and then you get better, because then the second video is better, and then you learn from that, and the third video is better, and you're constantly improving. You're learning, you're getting better. But you gotta put out a video, because so many people I've talked to, literally 2 years later, I'll meet them, they're like, nope, still haven't put out that video yet. I'm like, just put it out and start and go from there, because that's how you're going to grow. You got to start with one. Remember, every journey starts with the first step, and that first step is putting out that first video. So I hope this helps you get started on your YouTube journey, because honestly, it can be a fun thing, whether it's a hobby or becomes a side hustle, becomes a full-time job. It can be a fun thing too. So I wish you all the best, and I'll say bye and good luck from here in Budapest. Oh, if you want more helpful videos, why don't you hit that subscribe button? We got all kinds of stuff to help you out when it comes to, how to run a YouTube channel, social media marketing, marketing in general. I am a marketing professor in my day job, if you're wondering what I do for real life. Yes, I travel and I make videos, but I also teach some of the best students in the world. Anyway, bye from here in Budapest.